Hey y'all, thanks for checking out Euclid Mining. So I upgraded my cell phone farm. Not only the size and the amount of the phones that I have, obviously, but also the software. And that has been a game changer for me. It's really made a big difference in my farm for stability, overall heat and power. Everything has been better. I just couldn't be happier. So what did I do with my farm? Well, let me hop over and show you a couple of the phones really quick that I had going on. So I started off with 5 phones. I had A03S, I had 1 and number 2. I had the OJ, the Orbic Joys, and they ran really well. I liked them. I had the Ryzen 7, I had that thing running, and I had a Maui phone running. So I had those 5, and they were all running really well. And if you saw my other video, I bought one of those trays to put all the phones in, and the USB cables connect to it. So it's really all in one. And I was just having a lot of fun with that, just adding phones to it. So I started looking to some other phones, and I found there was the Cat 5. I've seen a lot of farms with those. So I decided to get one just to have it in the farm, just for really reference to see if it's worth it. Those were a little bit more expensive than I liked. The Pixel phones, I got some good deals on those too, and they're running pretty solid as well. Can't complain about that. But the problem that I had was that the software I was using that Verus box miner, and with that, you download that from the Google Play Store, and then you go ahead and download the APK through it, and then from there you get the software for the Verus miner, and you enter your wallet and swipe, and off the mining you go. It's a great way to start mining if you're just getting into it. Super easy to set up, but I didn't like the downtime. Now, with the downtime, what I'm talking about is that every so often, one of the phones would just stop mining. It would just have a problem. I'd have an error. I'd have to go and just swipe it off and swipe it on, and it would be fine. But when I started adding more and more phones, say one phone would do it every 3 days. Well, when you average that out between 5 phones over the course of a week, you pretty much have one of them every day that you have to turn on and off. And like I said, it's not a big deal, but I'm thinking, how do these bigger miners, having all of these phones, they can't be doing this every day. And there had to be a better answer for software. And that's when I started looking into it. I started watching some of the big channels with cell phone mining, something like New England Crypto, or of course, Paperclip. Now on Paperclip's channel, I did find a video that really broke it down for me and helped me install the software that I'm going to talk about now. Well, I'm going to put a link in the description below to his page for his channel, where you can watch that video too. If you want to do it, it's really good. The only thing I got is that he likes to put his how-to videos kind of in the middle of a larger video. So you really got to search for it. This video, you go a little ways in and you'll find it, and it's worth the watch and worth trying out if you haven't done it. So the phones that I had going were getting much better results with this new software. What I did was I installed Userland. I downloaded that from the Google Play Store. From there, I installed Ubuntu, which is a Linux operating system. Once that was installed, I installed CCminer. After I installed CCminer, I was able to configure that to mine Verus coin. When you do it through the Verus miner, all the pool information, everything's already set up. All you got to do is put your wallet address and swipe it and start mining. And that's why it's great for beginners. But like I said, I was having trouble with it, and it was just giving me more of a headache than it was worth, especially if I was going to increase the size of the farm. So this way, with this miner, it was just so stable. I had no problems. Let me hop over and show you the phones that I have now. Here they are here, and wouldn't you know it, the Maui is got a problem. And now the Maui, I couldn't install Userland. Well, I think I could install Userland, but the Ubuntu, it wouldn't take for CCminer. It was giving me errors, and I wasn't able to use it. Now that Maui phone I bought because it was only like, I don't know, like $8 or $10. And I thought, well, let me give it a shot. It only got like 1.75 to 2 megahash. So overall, it really wasn't worth it. I still have room for it, so I leave it running, but it's still running the Verus miner, the original one, because that's the one that'll run on it. But like I said, I was always having issues with that from time to time, and wouldn't you know it, right here, there it is, I got an issue with it. All the settings were all the same on all the phones, had everything turned off, the emergency alerts, all the things that I had to do. Stay awake on the phone, don't update the phone, all the different things. Permissions turned off, just for some reason, always had problems on that software. So, and here's a great example of it. So I'm looking online and I see that there's a guy selling Orbic Joys for $20 a piece in packs of 5 for 99 bucks. So they're about 20 bucks each. And I'm thinking, wow, that's a pretty good deal. So I decided to order some. The only kicker is that with these phones, you have to activate them with a service plan from Verizon. There's no way around it. You have to do it. Because I asked him, can I just put these on the internet and go right to work with them? He said, no, you have to activate them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to give this a shot and see what I can do. So what I did was I wound up ordering 2 of these. So I ordered 10 more phones from this guy. And when I got them, I went ahead and got a Verizon service plan, 30 bucks, activated it online, put the SIM card in one of the phones, fully activated it, took the SIM card out. I was connected to my Wi-Fi, took the SIM card out, put it into another phone and activated that one, and it worked just fine. I was able to start downloading Userland and Ubuntu and then the CCminer. And this one was just finishing up the setup. I'd started on that one, take the SIM card, put it in the next one, and went right down the line, did it to all 10, and it worked flawlessly. So now the trick is that I just got to make sure I remember to cancel that service plan so I don't get charged for a second month, because I don't need it. All I needed was just to activate the phone to get it on the internet, because I've shown that by taking the SIM card out, it has no communication and it should be just fine. So that was the trick that I did. Now, I did have to spend the extra 30 bucks on the service plan, but I did it over the course of 10 phones. So you're looking at about $3 per phone. I bought them for $20 each. To unlock it, so to speak, it only cost me $3 and I got it done. If I bought unlocked phones, they would be more like $30 a piece rather than $20 a piece. So I still think I made out really well. Now, I did buy more of those docking stations, and here it is here. So this is the docking station that I bought. It's just called Dock, D-O-K. The guy that sells them for like, I don't know, like 23 bucks. I offer him, or best offer on eBay. I offer him 20 bucks and he always says okay, because I keep buying these. It's got a spot here for the plug to plug it in the wall. It's got an on-off switch, I guess, if you want to turn it on and off. Everything connects right in. I do have the 6-inch cables on the side. I have 3-inch cables on one of the other ones. I accidentally bought 6-inch. You don't need them. And when they're side by side, it obviously takes up a little more space. With the 3-inch wires, it's obviously a little bit more compact. So it runs really well. As you can see from the side shot here, you can see that all the phones are not on, or at least the screens aren't on. But as you can see on the screen here, everything is hashing away. And that's because you can screen lock these through the Userland software, and it will keep the software running in the background even though the screen is off. And that was huge. Less power, less heat. Now, it is just a little bit of heat that comes off that screen because it's using it. It does, take more wear and tear on the processor itself to display that screen. So all of those things add up. And sure, it's just a minimal amount, but you have to think of it like a change jar. You keep throwing it in there, another phone, another phone, another phone, and it adds up. And it's worth it. Like I said, I'm getting in some cases better numbers. They do fluctuate in here. Like you can see, these AO3s are running really low right now. It does fluctuate. This doesn't update as often as I'd like it to. So it's not in real time as far as within reasonable updates. So it does fluctuate a good bit. But as you can see, I'm at about 111 megahash. I was probably at about 35 when I started off. So I've definitely increased quite a bit, starting with 5 phones and working my way up to 19 phones. I am happy with where I'm at. I do have one tray that still has a couple slots open. So I look forward to grabbing some more phones as deals come up and throwing them in there. After that one, it'll be my 4th tray, and I'm not sure if I've got more room for any more after that. The shelf that it'll be on has got some other stuff on it, and I'm kind of limited. So unless I move some stuff away and open up the whole shelf, pretty much have room for 4 total trays, and that's where I'm going to probably end up at. So overall, I'm happy with it. Heat, electricity, just the trays themselves. The software is just running as solid as it can be. Not one phone has come down since I've started them all going on this new software. So I really am just so happy with it. And if you want to look into it, like I said, I'm going to have a link in the description. Go check out his video. It's definitely worth a look. So don't forget, when you use these trays or we use anything, I use a timer on mine. So my phones are on being charged for 4 hours, then they're off for 1 hour, then they're on for 4 hours, then off for 1 hour. And it does that throughout the day. And that's try to help with that cell phone bloating, or should I say the battery bloating. Sometimes people have had trouble with their batteries being charged 24 hours a day, that it creates a problem. So you always want to use caution when doing any of these things. And if you use it on a timer where it discharges when the timer turns off and the phone isn't being charged, the battery discharges a little bit, then it turns back on and it charges and discharges, and it's used as intended. When it leaves it charging all the time, it eventually could potentially be a problem. So anyway, enough said. I appreciate y'all checking in. If you watch any of my other videos, I'm going to have one right up over there. If you want to subscribe to the channel, that button's always over there. Thanks for checking in. I'll see y'all next time.